Good evening, YouTube. Joe here, doing a pickups video. And pardon me if I speak with a slower cadence, as I find that if I go too quickly, my voice starts to pick up in octaves for some weird reason. First, I want to do a couple of updates, and then we will move on to some pickups, and we will end with a rant. Updates. I cleaned up the PS2s at work, and I'm going to be getting rid of those since I still have the silver slim, although I did finally put one good controller together, so I have a silver controller for the silver system. The Game Boy, the yellow Game Boy Color that I picked up, works good. I cleaned it. As you can see, it's nice and clean now. Hopefully that's coming through. Ordered a battery back off of eBay, and the speaker that was in it did not work. It was corroded, like something spilled on it. However, I was able to take one from a DSi and actually soldered it to this motherboard, so that works good now. And with the new screen on there, it looks like a brand new unit. A little rattly inside. I think a piece of dirt got inside as I was cleaning it, but that happens. I'll just pop it apart again and take care of it. So that's good to sell. Black Dreamcast, the sports edition, works good. I tested it out with a game I picked up from my buddy that has a retro game store. So yeah, let's see what else. The Nintendo 64, as you recall, it was pretty dirty before, but now I cleaned it up. I opened it up. It was actually very clean inside. And this one will just get bundled with a blue controller and 007 because it just happens to be blue. Those will go up. I have two working original Xbox and enough AV cables and stuff to make two systems, so I will sell those extras and keep my original system that's been modified and loaded with emulators. I'm selling one of my Xbox 360 Slims. It's the one that I picked up at the flea market for almost nothing. I am going to keep the one that the people gave me outside of a Ganestop, because that one is having a problem updating. I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. In any case, I don't have to sell it right away. I've decided to use my Elite Fat Xbox 360 since I use a wired Ethernet cable anyways, even with the 360 Slim and my Xbox One. So I just kind of like the way it looks better, and it also has the Halo hard drive sitting on top of it now. What else? That's about it for updates. Now we're going to move on to some pickups. And I want to preface this by telling you that I did go to West Virginia and saw my buddy who has the little thrift shop, and I picked up 3 games, and that was it. 3 games. And I traded them in at Ganestop for everything I'm about to show you, okay? The games I traded in were Wii Sports, because they're all over the place, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and Mario Kart on Wii. Now this is a good tip for you guys out there. Mario Kart on Wii is going up in price right now. I traded one in for $22 in credit. So I basically traded in 3 games and got over 40 bucks that I had $9 into. So that's pretty cool. I used a lot of those credits towards these things just because my store needed some sales for the day. So I went ahead and picked up all this stuff. On the PS3, I got yet another copy of Modern Warfare 3's. Oh, excuse me. This is the 360 Steelbook. I also have the Steelbook for the PS3. I apologize. I thought it was a little tall. But on the PS3, I got Warhawk, because it was 99 cents, and Alpha Protocol. I haven't played either of those, although Warhawk looks kind of cool. I'm very much into flying and driving and shooting, so we will see how that goes. For the Xbox 360, we have the Steelbook case, of course. Then you got Singularity. You've got another Steelbook, and this one just got traded in, so I picked it up. The plastic isn't in the best shape, but the case and the books are. For Modern Warfare 2, so that's cool. Just another one for the collection. and my buddy's actually bringing me a Dark Souls 2 Steelbook, which is that one that's 3D, so that'll be pretty cool. What was it, for 99 cents? I got the Platinum Edition's Lost Planet Extreme Condition. I don't like these gray boxes, but whatever, I'll leave it alone for now. For $1.99 you have El Shaddai. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, someone please tell me. But I figured, you know, it's kind of a cool looking game, and these kind of games usually wind up being worth some money down the road. Medal of Honor Limited Edition. I already had this game, but I only had disc only, so I did pick up the actual case because it was 99 cents for the whole game. Got a copy of Darkness. Basically what I did was I went through from A to Z and picked up the 99 cent and $1.99 games. There are a couple in here that are like $2.99, but for the majority of these, 99 or $1.99 before discounts. Okay. Kane and Lynch, Dead Men. Assassin's Creed Revelations. And the main reason I'm doing this is because GameStop right now cut all the prices on the 360 games. Most of these games were a couple of bucks more just a few days ago. Enchanted Arms, that's one of the ones that was $2.99. Darksiders 2, the limited edition. Trying to pull this off. I don't know what it was originally going for, but I'll get that sticker the rest of the way off. Crackdown. Alone in the Dark. And some of these have just these basic cases. I'm going to keep my eyes open because if the right cases come in, I'm going to steal them. Stoked, the Big Air Edition. Conflict Denied Ops. I have no idea what that one's about. The Club, which is like a fighting game, I understand. And 007 Quantum of Solace. Kind of embarrassed to say this, I keep meaning to watch the movie Quantum of Solace. I've never watched the movie. Maybe one of these days I'll get around to doing it. I also picked up, because I'm a fan of the Iron Man 2. Ignore that price. I used a discount coupon as well as my employee discount, and basically I got the game for $7. Is that too much for this game? Yeah, but it was a slightly unpopular game, so there's not as many copies out there, so it's still worth some money. So in the future that'll stay up there, you know. Yay. Last thing is, a buddy of mine wanted Forza 6, so I went ahead and picked it up for him, and he traded me these two games and gave me $30. So he gave me Forza 5 and Battlefield 4. Now he gave me 30 bucks. These will trade in for about 22 bucks, and I also got the game using my discount, so I paid $41 for Forza 6. So basically I made $16 off of them, and he would have been fine with what I gave him. So there you go. And I don't know, I might keep these, but I didn't care for 5. I like Forza 6 better, but whatever. That's about it for the pickups. Now for my little rant, and it has to do with GameStop. Now, I'm an employee, but that doesn't mean that I'm a, you know, drink the juice loyal guy. Are GameStop prices too high? Sometimes. Are the trade-ins too low? Sometimes. Now, what you need to understand as a buyer is GameStop has to operate as if it was a pawnbroker. And in some counties of some states, they actually have to literally to the letter follow pawnbroker rules. And what that means is, for example, in the county that I work, which is Loudoun County, if they take in a system, an Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4, whatever the case may be, they actually have to hold the system for 15 days and report the serial numbers to the police, just as if it was a pawn shop, because during those 2 weeks, the police will run a background check on the serial numbers and your ID to make sure that you didn't steal it, that the system hasn't been reported stolen, and that you're not just some kind of crackhead out breaking into houses and then trading your crap in. Not every store has to do that, and it's actually quite frustrating for the stores that do, because it creates that issue where if you have to wait 15 days, it kind of hurts your bottom line. But they also are quite fair with a lot of games in terms of their trade-in. As I told you, I got $22 for a copy of Mario Kart. That is, I believe, close to like 70% of what they're selling it for. I think they're only selling it for $29. So when they're willing to give that much on trade versus what they sell it for, they're not making as much. Another one, for example, is Zelda Twilight Princess on Wii. As you recall, I found 3 copies in 3 days, and I traded them all in. I got $15 on trade. They sell it new as a Nintendo Select for $19. So they gave me $15, but they sell it for $19. You realize that is over 75%? Alright. You're always going to lose money in comparison to selling it yourself, selling it on eBay, or waiting it out on Craigslist. However, on the flip side, by going into a GameStop and not some mom and pop store, you get the GameStop company guarantee. Now, GameStop is actually owned by Barnes & Noble, a very large company. So to say that GameStop is a shop that just rips people off is a little bit erroneous. For example, there are 2, well, technically there's only 1 now, but 2 retro GameStops in my town where I live, and their trades are horrendous, and their prices are even more horrendous. One place actually closed down. They claim they're moving to another area because they've outgrown their current store. I can tell you from experience being in there, they closed that store because they suck. Now, the other place that I'm waiting to close down is probably going to close down fairly soon. They actually came into GameStop one day to buy a system to then take back to their store and resell. And they complained about the price that GameStop was charging. But they were taking this system, it was an Xbox One, and they were buying it during the sale, so they were paying like $239, and they were complaining because they weren't going to make enough money when they took it back to their store and tried to charge $279 because GameStop was selling them for $239. So yeah, please think about it before you go on a rant saying how GameStop is the worst place in the world, they treat people like crap. They're a business. They're in business to make money. They've been around for a very long time because they have a very successful way of doing it. Again, they don't hold a gun to your head when you come in and say, you have to take this. After they're done looking over your games and your systems, whatever the case may be, they make you an offer. You then decide whether or not you want to accept it or not. You don't have to take what GameStop offers you. You can say no thank you and take your stuff and go and try to sell it. But don't walk into a GameStop with a Nintendo Wii that they'll pay like just under $30 now for and expect to get close to what you'd sell it for on Craigslist, because they're going to sell it for $60. And on top of that, they'll probably wind up putting it on sale again, because there was a while there where they were selling them for $39. You can't go on Craigslist right now and find one for $39 that works. And especially not one that's been, well, I was going to say refurbished, but they're a little more expensive. But one that has been tested and is guaranteed to work at least for the first 30 days. So, yeah, that's about it for that. I wouldn't really call it a rant, and I wouldn't really call it defending GameStop. It's just you have to go into it with the understanding that it's not a game store for gamers by gamers. It's a game store for gamers by a major business. Barnes and Noble owns GameStop. So they aren't like me, who's a gamer that sells stuff. They're a business that sells games. All right? That's about it. I'm done. I'm getting down off my soapbox. I don't know where I got a soapbox, but yeah, it was something I felt I should say. That's about it. If you liked the video, thumbs it up. If you hated the video, thumbs it down. But come on, guys. Really? Thumbsing down something? Just really negative. Don't be negative. Anyways, I'll see you next time.